I've been talking a great deal about our fundamental obligation to take extreme measures to prevent the spread of disease. But we also cannot neglect the ruchniistic aspect. We believe in Hashgacha Pratis. So just like any other endeavor in our lives, whether it's parnos or medicine, you need to do ishtadlus. We're not angels in the heavens. We are people on this world, a world that is dictated by cause and effect, by laws of nature, laws of economics, laws of every area. So yes, that is the choivis ishtadlus. And the Ramban already explains. It's not only Rishus, it's a chayva. Not only for the doctor, but for the patient as well. But on the other hand, we are maminim b'nei maminim, and we believe in Hashgacha Pratis, and we believe everything is min Hashem. What could we do to prevent the spread of this disease? What could we do to bring upon us Rachmei Shamayim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu should stop this and take it all away? In 1 second, he could take it all away. Is there anything more we could do? We could daven, we could learn. But I want to speak about brachas, berachas anahanan. One of the greatest gulas is Mea Brachos B'Kol Yom. So we are a generation that loves gulas, but to my dismay, the stranger the gulas are, the more esoteric they are, the more appeal they have to us. People will run after strange gulas, the real word ones. And we don't understand that the most important gulas are the ones we find in Chazal and in the great Poskim. Al shulchanam anu yoshvim, es lachmam anu oichlem, es meimeyam anu shoisem, umapiyam anu chayim. So the real concrete ones are the ones we find in Chazal and in the great Rishonim. And the Tur brings in Siman Mem Vav, in the name of Rav Natronai Goin, one of the great Goinim, that in the days of David HaMelech, there was a terrible plague, and 100 people died every day. And it was Nizgala LeDavid HaMelech Beruach HaKodesh that we need to say Mea Brachas to salvage and save those 100 people that died every day. And when David instituted Mea Brachas B'Kol Yom, the plague stopped immediately. So Mea Brachas B'Kol Yom is a zgula that we find in Tur, quoting the Goinim. It actually has a source in Medrash. And the Beis Yosef has a list in Siman Mem Vav, and I strongly urge you to learn the Beis Yosef. He compiles a list of Mea Brachas B'Kol Yom. Sometimes we're missing some brachas, especially now that so many people daven b'yechidus and you don't have chazos shas. So the way to fill in the list is berachas hanehenin. So take advantage. Take advantage. Berachas hanehenin are so important. They are the most basic aspect of Kabbalah's Oil Malchus Shemayim. And I strongly urge everyone to make a point and invest in avodas and nefesh, kavana beberchas and nehenin. Because we actually eat and drink all day. Depends on the climate, depends where you are, but people eat and drink all day. Especially now that we know the importance of drinking water, not to be dehydrated. So, but usually we say berachas hanehenin without much kavanah, because it's just out of routine. We're used to saying brachas since we're 5 years old, so you don't even think about it. And sometimes you stand there with a cup of water in your hand and you wonder, did I say a bracha or not? I'm embarrassed to say, but almost every week in the middle of my Shia Thursday night, I asked the people, I have a cup of water and I asked, did I say a bracha or not? Did I drink or not? I don't remember whether I drank at the beginning of this year or not. So if you are really diligent about kavona beberchas anahan and you are an oived Hashem kol hayayim. So we all try to do our best in davening shachas mincha marav. Definitely when we say posek rishon shel kriya shema. We all have great kavona in the Yomim Tovim when we eat matzah and moroyim. I once asked a very interesting question. Which bracha do you say with greater kavana? Birchas Ilonois Chodesh Nisan or Birchas HaTorah every day in the morning? Well, the answer is obvious. Of course, Birchas Ilonois. Once a year, you take your kids, you walk 3 blocks to a yard where there are 2 atzei pri. It's a ceremony. It's once a year. Birchas HaTorah, you get up in the morning, you're still fashlofen, you're still kragi, you're still half asleep, but you start thinking and learning. So you need to say Birchas HaTorah first thing in the morning. So you don't really usually have proper kavanah, but Birchas HaTorah is the most important of brachas. Both of Bo Matzian and Adon Peyalaf are more of the ha'orat shaloi bochu b'Torah tchilo. Birchas Alonis is a Birchas Rishus. It's not even a chiyuv. But that's human nature. What you say once a year, you have tremendous kavanah. But Birchas HaTorah is part of your daily routine. You get up in the morning, you say Birchas HaTorah. But that is what makes you an Oved Hashem. I once said a pshat, and I think it's emes lamita. V'hoyu ekev tishma'un. V'shomer Hashem elokecha lachu es habris v'sachesed. And all the blessings in the world, the utopian existence of happiness and bliss. Rashi says, mitzvah she'odem dash ba'akeva, mitzvah kalos she'odem dash ba'akeva. So one wonders, if it's mitzvah kalos she'odem dash ba'akeva, why do we deserve such unbelievable sachar, reward? And I say, mitzvah kalos she'odem dash ba'akeva. What is this expression, she'odem dash ba'akeva? Chaz v'sholom, it shouldn't be an expression of bezoyan. You don't trample on mitzvahs. No one tramples on any mitzvah. So what's mitzvahs? Kalish Shodem Dash Be'akeva. I think those are the easy mitzvahs to perform because it's part of your routine. It's not difficult at all to say Berchas Anahanan. It's the easiest thing in the world. But as easy it is to perform, it is difficult to have kavanah. Those are the mitzvahs Kalish Shodem Dash Be'akeva, just like you walk. So when you walk from one room to the other, you don't need to plan your walk. When you get on a motorcycle, it demands concentration. When you sit into the cockpit of a private train, it demands extreme concentration. But when you walk, you don't need to concentrate. Don't even think about walking. When you lift one foot and you put it down and then the other. It's routine. It's automatic. Those are the mitzvahs, kalish she'odem dash be'akeva. But those are the ones that ultimately define, are you an Oved Elokim or not? So Birchas Anahanan tops the list. This is so, so important. So before you say a shahakal, think about it. Who gave you this water? Who sustains your life? Think about all the generations in the past in which people starved from hunger and they died from thirst. Let your memory go back 80 years in Auschwitz and Birkenau and all those camps, not the death camps, the living that were starved. They died from dehydration and from malnutrition and from hunger and from thirst. Thank you for the abundance that we have in our time. We have so much to thank for. It's unbelievable, but we don't. Mitzvahs kala shodem dash b'akeva. It's just routine. So I want you to appreciate Birchas Anahanan. They are more important than anything else. Birchas Anahanan will define Are you an Oived Elokim from morning to night? So today we learned the Lamdas of Berchas and Hanan, but this is a feeling that I must share with you. So I really encourage everyone, dedicate some time, 30 days, 40 days, try to concentrate on Berchas and Hanan. Never take a sip of water without really thinking, looking at this cup and say, how much do we need to thank HaKadosh Baruch Hu for his chasadim, for letting us partake, for this age of abundance, this age of plenty. No one is hungry. No one dies from thirst. And if you really have kavanah by Berchas and Hanan, that is the ultimate Kabbalah Sol Malchus Shamayim, and that is the ultimate Avodas Elokim.